Hi boys and girls, today is Wednesday. We are going to be making connections today. For connections, we're looking for how things are related. In books, connections can be between people, events, ideas, or pieces of information. The word connect means to fit together. People, events, ideas, or pieces of information can connect in many different ways. So ask yourself some questions when trying to make connections. How are these two things related to each other? Or how do they connect? So if you have two people, ask, what connections do they have? Two events, things that happened, how do they connect? How are they similar? Okay. Or the pieces of information that you got, how are they similar? So let's take a look at an example. The connections you see below are just one way that these things are related. So we could think of more, but here's just one example. So, how can teachers and students be connected? Teachers and students are people. So ask yourself, how are they related? Here's an idea. It says teachers help students learn. They're related because the teacher helps the students learn. So that's how they're connected. But you can probably think of another way they're connected. All right, let's look at clouds and sun. How can clouds and the sun be connected? Clouds and sun are not people, they are two things. So ask yourself, how are these two things connected? They thought of an idea. They are both in the sky. Okay, can you think of another way they might be connected? What do you know about both of them? All right, and let's look at a storm and a pool party. Okay, how can they be connected? Ask yourself. How can they be connected? Storm and pool party. One example that they thought of was a storm means we can't have a pool party. So it's kind of like a cause and effect. If there's a storm, then you can't have a pool party. In informational text, authors give us facts and information that help us understand connections between people, events, ideas, or pieces of information. As first graders, we use the text to help us make these connections. We must pay attention to what we read to be able to describe the connection the author is telling us about. So let's go ahead and take a look at our task for Wednesday. We're going to look at the connection. What is the connection between Luna Park and Dreamland? Okay, so how are they both connected? A, Luna Park closed before Dreamland could open. Is that how they're connected? B, they both are still open today? Or C, Dreamland was copied off of Luna Park? How are Luna Park and Dreamland connected? Number 2, how were the rides at Dreamland connected to the rides at Luna Park? Remember, Luna Park was built first. How were the rides at Dreamland connected to the rides at Luna Park? A, they had totally different rides in Dreamland. Is that true? B, people loved the rides at Luna Park more than Dreamland? C, the rides at Dreamland were bigger and better than Luna Park? Go back to the text to look for that connection. Number 3, how does fire connect to Coney Island? Think about Coney Island and fire. How would those two things connect? Why are they connected? Is it because A, fire burnt down the parks on Coney Island and they had to rebuild? B, fire was used in one of the rides at Coney Island, at the parks on Coney Island? Or C, fire was needed to build the amusement parks on Coney Island? Go back to the text to find out how does fire and Coney Island connect? All right, we're going to reread the snipped text below, right here, taken from How Coney Island Came Back. So this is just one little section from the text we read on Monday. It says, The Roaring Fire. Dreamland was a fun place. It was popular for 7 years. Then something terrible happened. Workers were using hot tar to fix a ride. A fire started. People think some hot tar spilled and started the fire. All right, let's describe the connection between the tar and Dreamland. So, reading this information from here, the tar, what? What can you tell me about the tar and how it's connected to Dreamland? Think about maybe an event that happened that you read in the text. And that is all for your Wednesday lesson.